Hello everyone and welcome to another special episode in which we're gonna talk about the new coming update with the game changer features. So in the background you can see some beautiful attacks by my clanmates from the current war, and we're gonna start talking right away about the new stuff coming. So Supercell announced today on the forum that new stuff are gonna be coming, and this is gonna be the friendly battle, and that means that you will be able to attack your friendly bases in your clan without losing any resources by anyone and without losing any troops. So it means that you can cook your troops, attack your clanmate's base, and just get your troops back, cook something different, change stuff. So basically it means that Supercell is adding the feature that was in the modes that was called sandbox, and this basically gave the huge disadvantage to the ones who were not using the modes. The modders could just practice all day long, how many times they want, with whatever army they want, against any base they want, and this gave a huge advantage. So right now Supercell are adding that feature into the game, and this is gonna be a knockout to those mods, to the ones that are still using them. I don't think that many are still using them because people are getting bans, but maybe, I don't know, maybe some are still using them. Anyway, let's talk a bit about what it's going to offer. I did offer this something like a year ago, maybe even more than a year ago, and I'm really happy that right now Supercell decided implementing it. Maybe they should listen to me a bit more, because everything that I suggested, you probably remember the video about a letter to Supercell talking about reducing the training time and reducing the troop cost and adding this new feature, that sandbox feature, into the game, and they could kill those mods much earlier. But as I always say, it's better doing something late than never, and now it's going to be added to the game. So how is it going to help you in the war? It's probably not going to be enough, because if you're going to be able to practice against any base that you want to build, that your friend is going to build for you, you're going to be able to have a lot more 3 stars as a clan in war, and this might unbalance the game a bit, because if it's going to make, for example, Town Hall 8 way too easy, then I don't know, maybe the game is gonna be less fun. So I don't think that it is going to be the last update. I think that after that, after they're gonna see how this works and how many 3 stars clans are actually getting, because if it's gonna become way too easy and every clan is gonna be able to get a perfect war against their enemies, it's not gonna be fun anymore. It's gonna be an update that is gonna add some balancing changes, and that basically means that the defense is gonna be much harder, because eventually you don't want everyone to be able to 3 stars. You want the talented ones to be able to do that, and if everyone are gonna be able to do that just because they have 10 hours to practice against some base, it's not gonna be fun anymore. So what else is it going to change in the game? It is going to change the fact that you are going to spend much more time inside the game, because if you're in a war, if it's a tough war, even if it's not a tough war, you want to get the 3 stars, it's very important for you. You will want to practice against your enemy base. You're going to ask your friend from your clan to build the same base, and this way you're going to be able to practice. It will also push everyone to upgrade the bases to max bases, and the reason for it is because you're not going to be able to practice against exactly the same base as your enemy unless the base of your enemy is maxed and you have a max base to practice against. But it's not a big deal if everyone in the clan are going to have a max base. It means that you can attack a tougher base maybe than your enemy, and if you 3-star it, then it's going to be very easy 3-starring a base which is not maxed in war. So also it's probably going to introduce new base defense, because people are going to ask their friends to build their own base, and this way they're going to be able to make changes in their own base and this way improve the defense. So I might be wrong, and maybe the way that people are going to build their base and practice against their own base is going to help the defense, but I think that, in my opinion, it's not going to be enough, and I think that the next update is going to be some balancing changes, and this way the game is going to be much more balanced. So this is definitely a game changer update. It is going to help you in war, it is going to help you improve your defense, and overall I think that it's going to make the game very, very fun. And also, probably the most important thing, if mods are still maybe somehow alive, it's gonna eliminate them, and it is going to be probably the final word against the mods. And I think that not many people are going to use them anymore, especially if they have the same feature, almost the same feature inside a game. But also, one more thing before we're ending this video, there are still changes that I think that should be made because people are going to copy the war bases of their enemies because they want to practice on it. It's going to take a lot of time building the enemy bases. I think that eventually Supercell will have to add a feature that allows you copying a base and just putting it as your base. So it's going to make it very easily. Maybe they're going to just allow doing the sandbox against your enemy in war. I mean, they don't want to show it like they're doing it, but I think that the reason they added this friendly feature is that reason. So definitely copying the base is gonna help a lot. And also one more thing that can definitely help this feature is building armies with no time just for the practice. I'm not saying that they should reduce the time for farming and all of that, but just for the practice mode, I think that you should be able to choose any army you want and it's gonna be ready in a second, because if you're gonna cook something and then you wanna change and then you wanna make some changes to the army, then it's gonna take a lot of time and more resources. I mean, maybe this is the reason that they're doing it in this way, because this way you're gonna spend more resources. But I think that those changes will eventually come at some point, so you will be the first to hear them right here on this channel. So make sure you subscribe and tell your clanmates about the channel. We'll see each other in the next video. Bye bye.